Moving on, I don't want to take up more time than necessary. Much of the course orientation information is the same as the videos that I've published already in our first introductory module here. Again, these are videos that were published from a previous instance of the course from fall 22, I believe. Uh, Alas, all of the information is the same. All of the syllabus information remains the same. The grading, the class assignments, and evaluation. The only thing that's different are a few items that I'm going to point out in this video just to save everyone some time. I'm just going to provide some slightly refreshed information and touch on the small additions that have been made to the syllabus since that point in time. Of course, the schedule, as you would expect, has changed. So everything you need to know will be in these videos. But if you haven't already, please start by going and taking a look at those videos. That's where you will get a thorough introduction. I walk through the syllabus. I walk through what the Canvas page then looked like, but it's still the same. So I just don't want to waste anyone's time by rehashing what's already been published. One thing I do want to point out with regards to the syllabus, let me pull that up here. I've already pointed out that my physical office location has changed. So I'm now in DPC 172. The textbooks are same. Course description, how the course operates is the same as the previous videos that have been published. Teaching methods is the same. Again, I do want to point out the difference of this course to be in the online long session. So as you're probably already aware, the MASM program takes a traditional semester and splices it in half, and you have 2 8-week sessions, fall 1, fall 2, spring 1, spring 2. There's also a long session that runs throughout both of those. And this particular course in which you're enrolled runs in that fall long session. So you're going to be in this course from now until December. Your fall classes are going to start and end. You're going to pick up with fall 2 classes, the halfway point of this course. So just know that the timing is going to be a little bit different. The reason for that is strategic and purposeful. The nature of academic writing and research is very content heavy. It requires a lot of tailored and individual feedback for each student in the course. So we allow a full traditional 15-week semester for this particular course. So as we go through and as you're perusing the schedule and you notice that the timing is more spread out or it seems different, just know that that's why we're in the online long session as opposed to all of the others. The only other course in the program that you will encounter that will run throughout the whole semester will be your internship course, which usually happens in the summer. So you'll have summer 1, summer 2 classes, and then your internship will be summer long, which will allow you to complete all of your contact hours for your internship at that time. Course texts, the 2 textbooks that are required, one is a content or a theory book, writing literature reviews, a guide for students of the social and behavioral sciences. This is going to be more of the how-to and the theory behind how you conduct research and present those ideas in academic writing at the graduate and professional levels. So that's more of what you would think or envision the textbook to be. Also, the publication manual, the APA manual. When we get to this level, style guides are very important. We'll talk about this in depth in the next week's module or the second module, but style guides are what drive the organization of ideas, the order in which ideas are presented, the order by which certain steps in the research process are conducted, all of those nuances. And it's very important because what it does is it gives us consistency and it gives us a general style across similar industries and similar disciplines when it comes to research and research writing. This will be the holy grail, if you will, of writing. It's going to tell us everything down to how your sentences should be written, how they should be organized, what your syntax should look like, all the way to what are the different ways and rules about where I can place a comma in a sentence, or how do I present a bulleted list. Very important with regards to plagiarism, this manual will tell you exactly how to document, or what we call attributing your sources at this level. It will cover all of that, how you do in-text citations, a references list, so it will help aid in the prevention of plagiarism, both intentional and unintentional, clearly. So those are the two textbooks we need. We will use both starting the second module, so I encourage everyone to get those now. I do want to say you do not have to get them from Academos, the textbook store. That's just our university store. Every university has one that's affiliated with their institution, and that's ours. You will find that you can get these two texts elsewhere for probably a quarter or a fraction of the price. You can get them online, you can rent them, e-versions, e-text, whatever works for you. I do want to point out, though, that as we get into the weeds of conducting research, when you're working with hundreds of pages of sources and written information, um, your screens a lot of time will be taken with other information, and so I find that it's helpful to have a physical hard copy of this book that you can flip through, so that you're not having to navigate back and forth when you're actively drafting your research. Scrolling down just a little bit, technology requirements, all of this is the same. One point I'm going to make up front is that the minimum expectation for this course is that we will always use the full version of Microsoft Word, the full licensed version. We will not use Google Docs. We will not use Office 365 that's embedded in a browser. We will be working with tangible files, saving files to your device, converting them to PDF format when they're ready for publication or submission. So we will never do the back and forth with the browser version of Word. So the next module, Module 2, will walk you through how to download the full version of Word. Everyone, by virtue of being a Wingate student, gets the full Microsoft Office suite for free. It is a pretty pricey software suite. Includes Excel, all of those Microsoft platforms. Most devices have them, some don't. So if yours is one of those that do not include the Office suite, just know that we will walk you through how to download that for free in the next module. If you want to poke around and do that now, you can go to MyGate and go to Office 365. That's where you'll download it if you just want to get a head start. So Microsoft Word, Adobe PDF, there are links here. Clearly Canvas, high-speed internet connection, Zoom. We will be meeting one-on-one in collaboration and consultation sessions as we go through the semester. So to meet with me, clearly you'll need to have Zoom and a connection so that we can meet without interruption. If you don't have access to a regular, steady, high-speed internet connection, just know that the library is available. If you're an online student not in this area, public libraries, anywhere you can tap into a high-speed internet connection when we're meeting. Another item when it comes to technology that's important to point out is that you will need some type of device with a keyboard. I've had students try to use iPads, tablets, things like that without a keyboard. Microsoft Office does not work on a lot of those. So bottom line is the ideal device would be some type of laptop or normal computer wherein you can download Word and you have an actual keyboard that you can use. So we're going to be working on some pretty detailed documents that require tools that a lot of those other devices just don't have. So if you don't have a laptop, if you need help securing one for whatever reason, reach out to me, but just know that you will need one. This is not something you can do on a tablet or cell phone or anything like that. With that being said, however, most of the modules or course content, the videos, all of that stuff, you can use on a tablet. You can use on a cell phone. You can listen to some of the lecture videos in the car. They're all recorded and they're placed into Canvas in a way that you can review them and review the content fairly easily on those devices. But when it comes to drafting the bread and butter or the actual items of evaluation in the course, the papers, the research, you're going to need an actual computer device. Scrolling down a little bit further, if you have any issues with technology, when we get to the second week and I walk you through how to download the software you'll need, if you run into a device-specific issue, The IT department is here. Their information so you can call them, and Bulldog Central, where you can submit a ticket if you need help, are located here. Their offices are very helpful. Of course, I'm always here if you need me and run into issues. I can help as much as I possibly can, but if we need to, we can refer you to our IT experts who are available. One other note with regards to technology issues and assignment deadlines. You'll find that late work, no matter what the assignment, no matter what level of the assignment, late work is not accepted, especially for technology related issues. Much of what we do is going to be working on the same research interests, the same sources. We're going to be fleshing this out, working on putting together a lit review as a final product in the course. So a lot of this will be stuff that's happening through the weekly modules. So however, if you ever have an issue and you lose content or your computer crashes, just know that technology issues are not going to be a basis for excusing any late assignments. So just make sure you're being proactive, time management, all of that. But just know there are resources there if you need them. Class decorum and etiquette, I'm not going to go into that again. I will just point out my specific rule in this class. I put it in the syllabus because I hold to it, I adhere to it every single day. One of the goals of a graduate and professional student is that you emulate professionalism in every single thing that you do. So, of course, you want to engage in best practices for professional emails. I delete any emails that are not in professional format. So, emails that do not have a subject line, a salutation such as dear, hello, a body of content, and then a closing such as sincerely, all the best, etc. You need all of those components in an email. If they're not there, I delete the email. So part of continuing in the course is that you agree to that through the syllabus contract. It's just something that we all should engage in when it comes to interpersonal communication, especially emails. They should always be in a professional format. Again, always refer to your instructors or faculty and staff at the university by their proper credentials or their titles, Mr., Mrs., Doctor, etc. You want to just continue standards of professionalism in all of your interactions. And that's all I will say about that. I've also included a section on attendance here. As you would expect, this is an online class, so attendance is gauged thoroughly by you completing all of the assignments within each module. If you miss one part or one facet of a module, the entire thing is deemed incomplete. So just know for attendance purposes, attendance itself is not graded, but your grade will be impacted in a significant way if all parts of a module are not completed and on a regular basis. Course evaluation is the same, critical analysis, final lit review, and daily and weekly assignments. I do get a lot of questions about this. Students will ask me, are we going to be tasked with writing two different research papers on two different topics? And the answer is no. This is all going to be ongoing work. You're going to develop an interest of research or a domain of research that is pertaining to professional sports, something that has to do with hopefully your track in the degree program, whether it be coaching, marketing, compliance, etc., and something that is a relevant, hard-hitting topic or issue in professional sport, of which opinion can be typically divided. You will adopt that interest early on, and you will work on that same research interest throughout the progression of the course. The critical analysis is the first version of research that you submit. It'll be due roughly in October. Refer to the schedule for the specific date. But that just gives us an opportunity to get your idea, that research idea or domain, on paper and to completely rehaul your writing style so that it's congruent with graduate standards. Then we take that same idea, same sources, same content, and we add on to it. We amend it. We change it. All of this will be workable. I mean, it'll be dynamic. It'll be constantly changing until the end of the semester, and then you'll submit the final lit review, which is the bulk of the grade at 45%. So it's going to be the same idea, the same topic that you're going to be using throughout. Daily and weekly written assignments and quizzes. These are all miscellaneous assignments collectively comprising 20% of the cumulative course grade, but these will take different formats. Sometimes they'll be quizzes, sometimes they'll be annotations or research materials, all of these things that are assignments within individual modules.